couple minutes to figure it out too. Like, okay, there he is. There it is. So, like, Marwan, what got you started? Like, when did you start painting? What got you started? Because all of these pieces, I've just started working here, and this is like the best art show that we will probably ever have.
That really means a lot. That's a big, big honor. Honestly, it means a lot. I honestly started in 2011 with this guy right here.
The main
pharaoh.
like okay.
Yeah. So the vendetta and the pharaoh, I did that piece during the Egyptian Revolution, and I went out and I spray painted it on this.
Kind of like graffiti style.
Yeah, I kind of like did graffiti style right next door to the Four Seasons back home. So it was like a really famous area.
Now, where's back home? Egypt, obviously,
yes.
But what?
Alexandria, Egypt.
Okay, the capital then.
No, it's not
the capital. No,
it's
Cairo's the capital.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Cairo's the capital.
I'm bad at geography.
No, you're good. You're totally good. No one gets it. But yeah, I spray painted that, and it got a lot of attention, honestly, because it was like a representation of the People's Revolution. So.
And you were 11 when you came up with this piece.
I was 21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was like it kind of like led to
absolutely.
That. What did you start drawing? Did you start drawing like the Egyptian stuff? Or?
No, I started drawing when I was like 3. I remember, like I was just born like to draw. I was just doodling
you were
everywhere.
Just like that was your reason for living. You were just like
I was just
drawing.
like drawing.
Did you draw like the Egyptian gods typically, or just like the typical?
Honestly,
like
I got more into the Egyptian artwork later in my career, especially after doing that piece, and it was a mixture between like something that's from our modern day history and like from pop culture and from Egyptian history. I kind of matched it all into one thing, and it kind of resonated with the people. So for me, that was a big deal, because I felt like Egyptian art kind of stopped like where it was like 7,000 years ago. It was like that's it. Like if you look at like Chinese art or like Japanese art now, you'll see that the Japanese artists are kind of using references from their culture and enhancing it and modifying it and become. But there's none of that in Egypt. And I felt like...
I didn't even think about that until now.
So I felt like it's my duty as an Egyptian artist to continue that history and to tell more stories the same way they used to tell it through their imagery and their art.
Yeah, and like it's amazing because, like I mentioned, I worked at the TED exhibit, so obviously I saw like a lot of the papyrus and these different like pieces back in the day. Like some of these, without like of course like the bright pigment colors, like you could put them up next to that. And
honestly, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make like modern day Egyptian art. Like this is basically the evolution of that. Like my ultimate goal, dream is to have an exhibit and put them, like I would make a sculpture of and then put it right next to the original one.
And you have a sculpture that you're bringing for the art show here, right?
It's the pharaoh as well. Yeah, the
Ooh. I know I'm excited to see that one. Like, and I did not, like I mentioned earlier, I did not know that a lot of these 4 staple pieces, and that's what you named them, this exhibit, Apex Mirage, after those 4 pieces, right?
Yes.
Can you explain, like, why that title?
So the title is Apex Mirage.
Or Apex. I'm the worst.
No, Apex Mirage is the idea of the ultimate dream or the ultimate mirage, basically, like something that doesn't exist, but and that's Hollywood for me, and that everybody from all around the world comes here for their Apex Mirage, and they usually end up not having it, and it's just nothing there. And for me, that's what I wanted to discuss, especially since I'm doing a show in a theater in Hollywood.
Exactly. I was gonna say, what better place to have this show than Hollywood?
Yeah,
like kind of the heart of Hollywood here.
Exactly. So that
Walk of Fame's right outside. Like
So that was the idea. So I chose 4 Hollywood icons to tell modern day stories, like modern day issues. Some of the pieces talking about like racial tension. Some pieces talking about like pollution, the ocean. Some pieces talking about our addiction to technology and social media. And so it's just the idea of using these really iconic figures and bringing them to light to talk about our issues, not their issues. Like it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's their issues as well, but
Yeah.
it's more relevant to our time.
And you still keep that like historic, and even with like the Marilyn Monroe piece there, it's still like got that ancient Egypt kind of feel
Yeah.
to it without it being
Without
Egyptian.
being Egyptian, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how your mind was able to capture that, but you did. Like, honestly, I'm not even just saying this. I get excited about everything, but all of these pieces are absolutely stunning. And we were filming
you.
earlier, and I just kept like staring off to all of them, going, "Oh my goodness!" Like, because I saw photos of them before. But when you see like them actually in person, it's night and day, and I'm just like, can everybody just get off the couch tomorrow and come and see these in person? Because of course photos are great, but they don't do justice to seeing them in person. And I mean, look at this, like
This is a hand painted rug. It kind of like just.
did this one take the longest to paint?
Honestly, not really. Like a piece like that is just like you're using just a brush and you go in. It's basically a mural. But like the pieces that would take a longer time, something like the Pharaoh, which is 24 karat gold leafing. Which,
Oh, okay.
So like a piece like that literally took over 2 months to make.
Wow.
So and I was just working just on it. Like literally, I just took time off. Just I'm gonna make this piece and.
You're like just like you kind of like Joaquin Phoenix did it, where you just like lock yourself in a room,
Yeah,
going,
yeah,
"No,
yeah.
I'm not
I'm
leaving
in
it
the
until I
dungeon.
finish this."
I'm in the dungeon. Yeah.
Wow. So how long will your art be here for people to come and visit it?
I'm opening with Blaze, and he's bringing his amazing magic show team up close and personal. I'm so excited to collaborate with him. The magic and the art together and bring a very special night. Me and him been working on this show for a really long time, so it's.
Is this like the first time you guys have collaborated together and
yes.
like debuting it tomorrow? Then wow, you're gonna have a busy night tomorrow. The art gallery opening, the magic show,
Yeah,
like.
hopefully we'll be doing a lot together tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your own little sense of magic in our art gallery, like.
Thank you.
Seriously, so I'm excited to see what you and Blaze come up with. I've seen a little bit of both sides now, and I'm just like trying to figure everything out. My wheels are turning, going, how is this all gonna come together? So I guess the only reason to find out is to buy a ticket and be here February 14th and February 15th.
Yes, absolutely. See you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
Peace.
You did awesome.
Yeah.
For neither one of us preparing, we did great. That's honestly how I prefer things to go. Just like a basic like idea going, okay, hey. Probably get my shadow off.